Hi, my name is Nathan Crissman, and although I can't be in person in Orlando to do my teaching example or trial teaching, I'll do it here. And I'll give you a couple different clips. This is one that's actually at my house. I have a couple that is in the University of Economics in Prague, where I teach. And this one is here because you wanted something that was language arts. The other two that I will include clips of were from regular classes. One was from British and American economists, which is the history of the theories and the major players from the British and American economists. And then the other one is in commercial languages. And that is a course that deals with modern day ethical and commercial issues that are within the US and the English that goes with them. So those are the other two clips I will include with after this clip. This one will be based on Just Lather, That's All, which is a short story written by Hernando Tejas. And let me go ahead and begin. Unfortunately with this one, there won't be very much student reaction, which is a shame because that's one of the parts that I love about the job and that students enjoy about my classes, but I don't have any students here, so I can't really do that. In the other two clips, just to give you an idea, it's the lecture part of the course, so there's not as much student reaction except for maybe some small questions throughout, but it's more so me lecturing. In order to see my student reaction, you would have to wait until you see me in person and I teach a class, unfortunately. But I can assure you that I get along with students very well. Okay, Hernando Tejas, Just Lather, That's All. What do you value? What do you value? Do you value friends, family, money, fame? I've asked this question to students around the world, literally. Well, just Czech Republic and the United States, but around the world we could say. And the answers are almost always the same. Those things I gave you. A lot of people value family and friends. And a lot of people also value money and fame and power. But what is worth valuing? What is worth valuing in this world? Alexander and Napoleon the Great. Alexander the Great and Napoleon both sought for money and power and fame and such, but both of them were left lacking at the end. It reminds me of a question that Jesus once asked. A verse in Matthew 16, verses 26. Let me get that for you here real quick. And how do you benefit if you gain the whole world, but lose your own soul in the process? Is anything worth more than your soul? Is anything worth more than your soul? Napoleon and Alexander the Great conquered the entire known world. And yet, how were their souls? As we look at this story, we see the barbers also facing a dilemma about actions and consequences of actions. And as we talk about this, the question I want you to be pondering and thinking about is the thing that you are seeking something that is worthwhile? Something that's worth it? This story is very powerful by Hernando Tejas because of the way he wrote it and because of the moral implications and the moral issues that were brought up during it. The way it was written, what did you think? What were your first impressions? Oh, that's a good idea. Interesting. Okay. Good. And it was written in a way that definitely did that. It definitely enhanced the momentum. There were many aspects of the way it was written that enhanced the momentum, that build up to the point. Let me give you a couple that I want to point out here. The first is the style of writing. The way it was written. Look at the sentence structure within it. Take a moment, look at the sentence structure within it. What do you notice? That's right, so he uses a lot of short sentences and a lot of longer sentences together. When is he using the shorter sentences? When is he being more concise? When is he being more precise? Good. Very intelligent class here. You can see that he's doing it whenever he wants to build the action. And when is he using the longer sentences? When is he developing it more? You got it. Whenever there's a lot of thought process being built in, when there's a lot of description being built in. Do you notice how he's switching back and forth constantly. It's never just the action and the whole action and then the whole thoughts. It's a little bit of action, short sentences, some thoughts. A little bit of action, some thoughts. And that builds momentum. It builds momentum. It makes attention throughout it. Another aspect of the style of writing was the point of view. The point of view. What point of view is being used in this? Was it first person or second person or third person? Yes, it was first person. It was first person. Good, good, good. Why do you suppose he used first person point of view? Well, let me ask you this way. Any of you like to play first person video games, shooters or something like that? Any video games like that? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, let me tell you first of all, this is not my kind of video game. And the reason why is the same reason why Hernando Tejas used it in his story. During a first-person video game, first-person shooter, you see the world from the viewpoint of the character. The character's running through with a gun or with a sword or knife and stuff. And as they're running through the woods, someone attacks them and they have to know they have to look and see what's behind them. And you kind of feel like you are the person. That's what Hernando Tejas wanted to do here. He wanted to build it so that way as you read it, you identified with the barber. You understood what the barber was feeling, and you faced the same dilemma that the barber was facing. I personally prefer the third-person point of view video games, where you can control the person, and that way if something happens to him, well, okay, it's just another person, it's not me. I don't want to identify with that in the same sense. So we have the style of writing being the sentence structure and the point of view so far. We also have the way he built it in terms of word choice. I love this story for the precise descriptions that he used throughout it. For example, right away, he doesn't mention that the general or the captain had a beard. He mentioned it was what? How did he describe it? That's right, a 4-day beard. Being precise. Being precise. Let me have someone read that paragraph that began with, I took the razor. Go ahead and read that. Out loud, please. Yeah, doesn't do as much good if you read it there. So read that loud, thanks. Do you see the descriptions that he's building within this? How he describes the skin. How he describes the way the razor. He uses an onomatopoeia whenever the sound is expressed clearly in the word. Okay. This builds description. It doesn't just build the idea or the concept, but it builds an image in the mind of the readers. And this is what's crucial for this type of writing. With word choice, we can also see formality versus informality. How was it written? Was this written to be formal or informal? Okay? Good, good, good. Very intelligent class today. Informal. Informal. What are some markers or signs that it's informal? Okay. Yes, it's contractions. The fact he used contractions throughout it. As we talk when we develop papers, contractions are a ready sign of informality. Okay, what else? What else? Did you notice the content? Anything with the content that expressed this? Okay, think about this. These thoughts. Are these thoughts rational, developed the whole way through? No, no, no. They kind of jump back and forth. That's kind of the way our thoughts are sometimes, right? You're walking along and you see something shiny. And you go and try to find that shiny thing. And this is where your thoughts work. And it makes it informality. And that informality makes it more realistic. Makes it more realistic. Makes the average reader be able to identify it more acutely. The last point. So we talked about sentence structure or style of writing. We talked about word choice, style of writing, word choice. And the last one is, of course, the twist throughout it that made it so well written, so well developed. The twist, one of the big twists in the beginning is that the barber is a rebel. Oh my. I remember the first time I read this story and I said, oh, the barber's a rebel. Oh no. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Did you notice he didn't come out right away in the first paragraph and say that though? He slowly built up to it. The suspense. In the beginning you just have the barber being nervous.